That's right. This is Casturbation. Fucking do it, Maynard. It's not Maynard Bastion. Bastion?
Oh my God.
Oh
Get
my
it
God.
together, bro.
What kind of name
If
is
you're gonna-
Maynard?
If you're gonna lead us in, you need to have your shit together.
This
You
is
need to be ready.
Casturbation. I said Casturbation correctly.
I said I did the bare minimum.
And I
Is
was
that what we do here? It's
Yeah, we
like
do.
C students? Is that what we are?
Yeah, that's what we do. We
Dude,
scream like
that sounded like a Wilhelm scream.
It kind of did. I would love to
Full
hear.
blown.
You know what? We should make that video of just all the famous scenes in movie history with the Wilhelm scream. It's just that. Yeah. Like the Terminator starts riddling a man with bullets. I'd watch that. I'm Michael. That's David, by the way.
Oh. Yeah, so that was our critique of that piece of audio.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Because that's what we're doing here at the beginning of each episode.
We're the critiquers.
In case there's any lawyers listening, that I don't know if you've heard, Michael, but Twitch streamers have been getting banned left and right
Not
for
even the
their
middle?
copyright infrincroaches,
Yeah.
their DMCAs.
I wonder how, though, like some of these podcasts I listen to, like well, I guess Joe Rogan can afford it, but like a mid-tier podcast, like the Mike O'Mara show, like all they do is play popular music throughout the episode, but they stop it, like I guess, like after like 10 seconds or something.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. That's why I'm curious how
They
do
say
it.
any 1 second. It doesn't even have. It doesn't matter how long it is, as long as it's a piece of somebody else's work.
Can you actually purchase the rights to use it? Like, is there like a thing you can buy of like jingles?
It depends on. There's. I believe there are licensing organizations that are the ones that actually go out and collect, and threaten to sue people that use music incorrectly. So it's like EMI, I believe that's one. You'll see sometimes like
Heard of them?
Yeah, I've been flagged because I used to do mashups back in my DJ days, my douchebag DJ days.
Yeah.
I would do mashups between I would use popular hip hop, songs.
Popular.
Pop, yeah, like Jay-Z, Ludacris.
Never heard of them.
Basically the cream of the crop.
I rose to the top.
Um,
Well, so some of those songs you
Eminem.
may or may not have posted. Like,
I gotta tell
have you
you,
had to take them off?
well, sometimes YouTube. I've actually gotten a flag for it before. One of the
On the play.
See, so my mistake is that I use I mash them up with a lot of EDM stuff. Sometimes I'll use other types of music, but mostly it's kind of EDM. And there's kind of a thing with a lot of that electronic stuff and the labels and all that. Like some of them are real picky and real stingy about that. And if you use their stuff and things, I got flagged like legit, because sometimes they'll just say, "Hey, we can't post this because the rights owner doesn't want it to be out there." So they'll just block it. But in some cases, they'll actually strike your account and tell you "Hey, bitch, don't do this."
Sometimes they got to say, "Hey, I'm gonna sue you for copyright infringement." I mean, I guess. Well,
No,
shit.
so, but my thing is what I'm doing with the mashups, and this is my justification.
You're not making any money.
I don't know if this is. There's that. I don't know if this is a sound legal argument. I think it might be because I think it's been made before. Is sometimes when you combine enough things together, it becomes a new thing.
It's like a Dragon Ball Z shit when they combine.
Okay, no, you're missing the point entirely.
I'm not missing the point. I'm simply giving it for the layman. Hey, when Vegeta and Goku, they did the finger thing.
When you combine two different works of art to make a new work of art, you know what I mean?
Allegedly.
I think that should be permissible because you're doing something, even though you're taking, unoriginal works, you're putting things together in ways that may not be predictable.
Yeah.
And so that becomes an expression, an artistic expression.
I see where you're coming from, but that'd be like if you put Michelangelo's paintings in the middle of another painting and just extrapolate it from there. Here's my painting, but here's this painting in the middle. And I just put a few curves on it.
Well, and it's up to people to decide if they think that's
It's like, I mean, my man.
pleasing aesthetically. Because in a visual, you're right. Like in a visual sense, it's like you can fucking mash up like Michelangelo's shit. Like you can take like, you know,
Well,
yeah,
like Adam.
Sure.
Yeah, like talking to God. It's like we somehow made him sexier.
Or no,
Like,
and like he's
more
like no,
abs.
he's no longer naked. He's like wearing like Starship Trooper gear or something. Like, yeah, I see what you're saying.
You want to live forever?
It's like you're taking like sort of classic hip hop, you know, stuff that's highly regarded, some of the best shit in the world, and you're putting it with like garbage ass EDM.
Yeah, well, what if you like redid Michelangelo's painting with Adam and God, except it's just like the Notorious B.I.G. He's also reaching out, also naked. You have to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but that becomes
That's
its
true.
a new expression.
Yeah, see,
of
when
art.
you just like, yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, when you just like reenact the scene, how does that work? Like, yeah, in a movie where there's like homages. Like,
well,
where's
this parody.
the line?
Parody is protected.
Parody is protected. Great band.
Parody is protected. All right, you're right. Got to write that one down.
Yeah.
It's going on the list.
And unfortunately, Parody is Protected is a very, very serious orchestral band. They are not funny at all.
That's actually pretty funny. Like if your band name was actually Parodies Protected and you like did parody songs of popular music.
Yeah, or you could just be like,
And it's just like downright, just straight up, just like no, like parody.
yeah, it's like our band name is just like TM.
Our band name is a legal argument.
Yeah, exactly. It's like our band name is just like chapter 4, like -3, and like the parody law book.
And the copyright intellectual property.
Yeah, there's got to be a big old book somewhere. Yeah,
Book
yeah. Just call your
law.
band. Yeah, why is there not a band called Copyright? That sounds like a badass name. We're Copyright.
Copyright.
And all you do is sing songs from other people, but like like in a different tune. Like we down tuned everything. It's like all of our guitars are drop Z.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what in my mind. That's
David's
what
trying
I
to
was,
explain why he steals.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. No, but see,
ER.
here's what the Twitch streamers are doing. They're just like watching somebody's shit on a stream. Like they're just watching something, like a fucking like a TV show, and then they're getting mad that they're getting banned for that's like, that's not what I'm doing.
Yeah, we're trying. Yeah, like, and it's not like even supposed to be the focal point half the time, right?
Hey, I mashed up fucking Dr. Dre with the Thomas the Tank Engine theme.
Yeah, and it was
Like-
like one of the most viewed videos of Bro Dogs. Rest in peace.
That was Cranapple.
Oh, Cranapple. I don't know. I think it was a Bro
There's
Dogs.
too many
era.
We've done too many
Too
stupid
many things.
things.
They all
that,
failed.
that all deserve to be in the graveyard.
And that's why we steal things from other people that are more successful.
Yeah, basically, a lot of our jokes basically are just worse versions of other people's good
You know what?
jokes.
That's why we should become the parody police.
We're the
And
parody
you know what? And
police.
we start finding
That's
people.
a band name if
There
I
it
ever
is.
heard one.
Yeah. That's like an offshoot. And we should find those people that try to do what we do but better, and we rat them out. And we report them, flag them, get them banned.
People, well, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like at a certain point, this shit almost, I think you could make the argument some way and somehow, like, if it ever came down to, like, if, like, it was like the state versus me.
You're like right about to get hanged.
Like for like stealing all of this, doing all these mashups, you stole all these people's intellectual property, and I was like under serious legal scrutiny.
It's like Edward Snowden.
Probably shouldn't be saying this on a fucking podcast. They'll probably be playing this back in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Like, and then what did you mean by this, Mr.
David? And I'll be sitting over there and the witness stand going like, oh, he meant everything he said. He stole everything every day.
This was all his idea.
Yeah, I'm like, don't. He made me do it.
Held you at gunpoint.
Yeah,
Held you. It's true. I do have a gun. So.
it's true. Yeah, and he's holding it to my
gun.
forehead.
The gun comes up frequently in this show. I think
Only a couple
it's every
times.
episode. Gotta mention the gun.
Only randomly.
We gotta let the people out there know.
I don't think we do, and I think this is only the second time it's come up.
No, I like to flaunt my power over you. I like to basically tell everybody Michael is under my control because I have
live in
a
a corner.
firearm.
Till David wants to record, I just sit in the corner. I'm like, please give me food, sir.
I
You're
throw,
like, no, not until you find something funny.
throw water on him.
Yeah, you don't even give me the water. You just throw it on me, and I just like have to try and like absorb it,
Yeah.
so I don't die.
Yep.
I hear water's important for
Sucking
you.
it off the floor.
Turns out it's like gasoline. Yeah. Yeah, in case you hear anything weird in the background, because I'm thirsty.
I'm not sadistic. Jesus, gasoline. What's wrong with you?
I mean, there's
What
some
is
water.
wrong with? All right.
What's wrong with me? You're the one stealing everything. Listen to this, court, in the future.
Well, no, I think that's what I'm
Future
saying. It's
court.
just like at the beginning of every episode, we critique what we're listening to. So we're not just stealing it. We're not using it just as a lead-in.
We comment.
We critique. That's what we do here. That's our jobs.
Yeah, we're Critiquebation.
So if anybody asks, because that's the other thing that it's permissible under. That's why a lot of YouTubers that make like review videos are able to use footage from the movies
how does that work?
because it's review. They're critiquing it.
That's
And
just
so
stupid.
That's not stupid.
No, I'm
You
I'm
should
fine
be
with
allowed
it.
to use people's intellectual property if you have problems.
You're
See,
talking
and that's
shit.
talking about like that's free debate shit. You know what I mean? That's like if we want to be able to make things better, we need to be able to freely critique.
So,
And
like,
sometimes that involves directly referencing the material that you're critiquing.
yeah, we have to be able to speak about it. But, like, so basically, yeah, as I was saying earlier, so, like, people that, like, just have songs that are, like, kind of cool playing at the beginning, and they're like, and I'm going to talk about this video game that the song might be in, you know. Like,
Dude,
they're
they
not
might
allowed to
just be
use it.
they might just be trying to see if they get away with. You know, some people just do like because it depends on who's listening.
I mean, there's somebody at YouTube that's listening. It's the AI that's going to kill us all.
Well, yeah, I think that's what happened to
The algorithm. That's his name.
That's what Man Shane's secret podcast got taken off like YouTube entirely.
Wow.
But they got the channel back. But see, that's what they do.
I want my channel back.
Is it was copyright strikes that got them taken out. And there's a lot of this going on. Like people were just getting
nowadays.
copyright strikes. Episodes just wiped out. Giannis Pappas got his shit wiped out the other day. An episode of his on YouTube.
Like, what was he doing on that episode?
I'm not sure. Probably just joking around about like COVID or something. Like it's like who knows?
Well,
Like,
that's different than like the music. Well, see, that's a whole other thing.
well, see, that's what I'm saying.
The overlords at YouTube.
That's like what
Lightning
what
strikes.
even is that?
Welcome to YouTube headquarters.
I mean, it could be a human copyright striking it, and they just removed it. I don't know what.
I like to think it's a giant TV.
It
His
was
name
the
is
second
YouTube.
episode, so it's just like what could it have been?
Oh, they probably they were watching him, and they're like,
Well,
"What are you gonna say?"
See, the thing is because
bro?"
it was his second episode, and he's done, he's got been doing it for a while now.
Yeah, he's
so
been doing stuff, other
so
things, other
the
ventures.
second episode was posted a long time ago, so it's like,
Oh, so it just happened. So it was an
It
episode that was
just happened.
older. Oh.
and so it's just like how it's been out there. So it must have been a manual strike. Somebody must have manually done something.
Absolutely. God, what is wrong with people? The people that look up that like, nope. Strike.
I mean, there's people that just consider it like a
Whose job is
valuable
that?
tactic. Some people are like, oh yeah, we gotta like fight back against their perceived enemies.
I mean, it's like people playing music on a YouTube video. I'm like, first of all, sometimes I'll be like, hey, what was that song? That sounded kind of cool.
And a lot of times the algorithm will pick up the song, and if the copyright owner of the song wants it monetized, they can do it.
Yeah.
And they can just take your they'll just run
Monetization.
they'll just
Yeah.
run ads on your video. That's what
Yeah.
they'll do. That's what they do with a lot of the mashups I post. Is they just like the artists are just like, yeah, you can use our music, just give us the revenue from it. I'm like, I don't
Exactly.
care.
Like, just say, hey, this is where the music came from. Like, I didn't do this.
I
And
give
I'm like, it seems
everyone
like
all the
fine.
credit.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I'm just trying to.
At least David now gives everyone all the credit.
I'm just trying to like
after they came for him.
come up with interesting combinations of stuff, like because I just enjoy the higher energy shit that comes with EDM and dance music, and in some heavier shit. Like I think I've tried to like do some more.
You tried to mash something with like Marvin Gaye one time, I think.
I mean, I didn't. But see, too, another thing is like
'Cause he's hardcore.
I've done a little more of like the chill stuff mashups, and honestly, it's like I kind of like those better. Like I think some of the higher energy EDM stuff is a little because like it's just like EDM, you know what I mean? It's kind of like
There's a time and place for music like that. Like
yeah.
some of the more chill stuff, it can be like at any
when
time.
I used the
you throw
Marvin
it.
Gaye with the chill stuff, like
Yeah.
it like mixes really well. And I'm like, god damn, like you could come up with some really, and obviously the original songs, like they're fucking great. And like some people probably
Unless you
consider
don't, and then sometimes people look up the original songs once you've heard the mashup. I've done that before.
Oh yeah, like you
I
hear
feel
a
like that's the
remix
way
or
it's
whatever.
supposed to
Yeah.
go. Is you go and search out the music. It's not like just take this away from here. like eradicate like this person trying to
But-
make something new.
We should probably not mention Marvin Gaye because they fucking sued the shit out of whatever Pharrell and Robin Thicke for that whole.
Well, that was a little bit different when they literally just said, "Here's the exact same song," and we just changed the lyrics. It was the exact same music and the exact same everything.
I don't know if it really was. I
There
listened
was
to
like
both.
there was like
There's
a little bit
similarities,
different.
but
It's
it is
pretty similar.
weird. It is pretty similar, but
It's unusually close. Hey.
it's not that. I don't know. I didn't think it was that.
They added like
egregious.
one more like beat to try and differentiate it.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, but honestly, it's like a lot of music is built that way.
I am
Unfortunately,
surprised
pop
that they
music
like
was.
because they had to pay like
They
bank.
kind of just have templates.
I think the reason exactly a lot of musicals sound, but the fact that it sounded so similar and they ended up paying, they knew they probably did something. Because you would think you'd be like, hey, we just made this song.
I
No,
think
somebody
what
came
fucked
to
them-
somebody and was like, hey, because if you're Pharrell, you'd be like, who cares? I can pay all this shit. Well, that's probably another reason into it too. They're like, hey, can we just keep this song going out there making me money? I'll give you the money that I've already made.
Right? Yeah, just like kind of settle it. Like, yeah,
just leave me
can
alone.
we just, but no, like, I mean,
'Cause that was a big deal about that.
yeah,
God,
I
that
don't know.
music video. God, there's so many
It
beautiful
was
women.
very similar, and I mean, they're stupid for doing it, but like, at the same time, like, there are certain differences with it that I'm like, at what point does it, because like, there's a whole thing with like, Chili Peppers doing like the whole, Last Dance of Mary Jane.
Oh yeah.
With Danny California.
Well, there's the whole thing. Oh yeah, absolutely. And there's the whole thing that like every song's already been written.
Yeah, it's like,
It's just
at
like
what point-
chords and you just use different sounds, but it's still like melody and chords. Like eventually.
At what point does it become influence? To what point is it plagiarism? It's like it's kind of like these lines aren't clear. Like they're not defined. I think it's contextual. It's just case by case.
Yeah, and a lot of the people like, and you were obviously just trying to rip somebody off because that probably happened a bunch back in the day. Like especially when there was no TV and like there was only on radio. There was some band you could see a band. Like maybe Nirvana like saw somebody live and were like, we're gonna fucking steal shit from them, which some people have claimed. Like what was that band that Kurt Cobain liked? Who cared? Because no one knows about him.
Well, there's also Zeppelin. There's also the things that they stole Stairway and like.
Yeah, because they said they stole like a lot of. they stole
I mean, there's all sorts of debates
but then
about
they did
that.
it better, and they were so clearly talented.
The Zeppelin
too.
stands come out in defense.
Well,
They
see,
have their defenses, their excuses.
yeah.
No, I honestly don't really care. I'm not invested either way.
Yeah,
I don't-
Not a
I
big
don't-
Led
I don't
Zeppelin
know.
fan. They exist. They're still alive. Right?
I enjoy Zeppelin. I'm just saying,
not
like,
saying
I'm not
I hate them.
invested in the did they steal the fucking like, because like honestly, it's like Stairway of like a lot of this. I'm like I prefer like their fucking rock shit. Like
That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't for them, like
real aggressive stuff is this the Zeppelin I like.
exactly, they were one of the first like real like rock and roll.
But that's
bands.
me. Like this was kind of like
Hey,
cool about.
mama. I mean, thing is, they were so fucking talented.
That's what's cool about Zeppelin is like they have a lot of different moods, and so like they kind
They
of
were very bluesy, jazzy, and then they're like, "What if we just turn these
fucking
like
rock the shit out of
exactly?
it.
Yeah. What if we turn the
That's what
distortion up?
That's my
on this
favorite
blues?
Zeppelin. That's honestly, it's just
Oh,
like I love
absolutely.
when they're just trying to blow the doors off shit.
Oh, dude, they killed it. And they had like cashmere, and they started getting all weird.
No, I mean, whatever.
Which
Like,
I was fine with that. You know, a
we've
song.
been talking about
a song-
copyright for like 15 minutes. Maybe we should talk about something else. Maybe we need to come up with a
We are
pitch.
copyright. No, like speaking of, it'll be called cashmere. Like, you know how many
Fucking
speaking
do
of a
it,
song-
Maynard.
Speaking of a song that's like been in millions of songs, that cashmere, the wow, like the background music. Like I think P Diddy used it, like in the '90s.
He probably paid licensing for it.
That's true. I guess he could
P
afford
Diddy
it.
he could afford.
Or
the
was
license.
he Puff at the time? I don't know.
It was Puff Daddy.
Yeah, he was
He
Puff
was
Daddy
Puff
at the
Daddy
time.
at the time.
Okay, that's true. But still, I mean,
P-
Led Zeppelin
he was
clearly
Puff
just
Daddy.
gave him the rights. They didn't care.
He became P Diddy, and then he just became Diddy.
And then they went like. You
Well,
don't mess
he's
with Puff.
also Sean Puffy Combs.
Yeah, he's Sean Puffy Combs.
That was-
Combs.
That was a. What was
What,
he?
Dave Chappelle?
What was he using that? When was he using that one? Sean Puffy Combs.
I think it was like mid 2000s.
Because he had a few credits that way. Because like that's like another thing. Like yeah, like he had Puffy, just like throwing that in there.
Yeah, because he was Puff Daddy.
Yeah, it was Puff
And he was
Daddy.
like Puffy.
That's what I'm saying.
and
It
then
changes.
he's like
Puffy.
P Daddy, P Diddy,
Diddy.
P Daddy. I don't know. Did he?
Puffy,
And then he
Diddy.
just, then he just got Puff.
He evolved from Puff to Puffy to Diddy.
You don't want to go Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy, let me tell you, that doesn't sound like a good thing. It's like, is something wrong with you? It's like, I have some pustules and I'm dying of cancer.
He's puffing the magic dragon.
He's like,
Puff the It's not Huff, isn't it?
it's Puff the Magic Dragon.
Oh,
You're
okay.
right. Yeah, it's not Huff the Magic Dragon. Yeah, no, it's Puff.
We're huffing.
Yeah. Hey, man. Well, because same thing. Puff the
Paint
Magic Dragon
fumes,
is
bro.
associated with what David does all the time. The high bastard.
Huffing them paint
Dude,
fume.
this guy's
Give me
named
that
P.
mineral
Diddy the
spirits.
Magic Dragon. His name's Puff Daddy the Magic Dragon. I'm gonna
Huff
smoke
Daddy.
some of this shit. The Magic Dragon.
Huff Daddy. That's a rap name.
And it's literally the dragon from the old children's book, except he's wearing glasses. Sweet glasses from the 90s. Remember those glasses in the 90s, like because now
Are we
everyone
not
wears
going to
aviators.
talk about?
No, we're not talking about Puff Daddy. We're talking about the 90s glasses that everyone used to get, like the Men in Black glasses, like what Arnold Schwarzenegger wore in Terminator 2. That was the shit.
I think you're talking about a few different types of glasses, but
No, there's only one. There was that
well,
one.
there's aviators, but
No, see, they were not wearing aviators. They were wearing those weird, shitty black glasses, and they were
weird,
just
shitty
like
black
black.
glasses.
Yeah,
But
they
you
were
brought
terrible.
up okay, so you brought up "Come with Me," the Puff Daddy song
Oh, did
from
I?
the Godzilla soundtrack. We needed to acknowledge that. That's where it's from. You have samples of Godzilla screaming in the song. And I remember I had the CD growing up.
I did too.
No, not the Godzilla soundtrack. I literally had the single.
No, I did too.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Yes, I did. You
There's
don't know
no
what
way.
I owned.
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna go back to my house that doesn't exist
I called
anymore.
your mom and verified before I told this story.
Hey,
All right.
hey, Miss Michael's mom.
Exactly what
Can you
I said.
please tell? Can you please look at all the EPs that Michael has?
Did you ever buy Michael?
See, no, but
God's
see,
like,
here's the thing.
No, my dad.
No.
I called Daddy too,
Oh, he wouldn't know.
and I verified
He abandoned me.
that you did not have the "Come with Me" single from the Godzilla soundtrack.
Here, it's something that came out the next year that I feel like is far
You're trying to
superior.
change the subject.
No,
but
no,
I'm not
it's
finished.
it's
There were 3 versions of that song
all right. Yes.
on the
Well,
CD.
explain to me, Mister David.
There was the radio edit.
Oh, of course. There's always the radio edit. No one likes that one.
There was obviously the extended edit. That was a 6-minute long version of the song.
Ooh, long song. I don't
it's
got time for that.
It was Cashmere. He was like, I'm getting the most out of this.
That song's
He's
like 20 minutes long.
He was ringing everything he could
And it's
out
funny
of
because
Cashmere.
Cashmere is literally just the same fucking thing over and over.
Well, that's what I'm
Led
saying.
Zeppelin
Like,
song.
it just keeps going, and then it's just.
You didn't even have to make it as long as the original Cashmere. It's like it's the same music the whole time.
And yeah,
Wow.
I can't even remember the lyrics to the song. Honestly, it's like that should have been the intro. But I just remember the chorus was him just saying, "Come with me."
Because there was nothing else to say.
Come with me.
And then, this terrible CGI Godzilla, hanging out behind. I guess he was puffed.
The music video, I'm sure, is lit.
I mean,
It's
it
got
has to
full
be.
of Godzilla.
It was lit.
Godzilla
But
babies
but see, this is what I was saying though.
in
The
Madison
song
Square Garden.
that also involves a creature that kills people. It came out the next year by LL Cool J called "Deepest Bluest."
Oh, my head
Literally
is,
a few months.
my head is like a shark's fin.
If we're gonna have see, this is what you should do. This is what you aspire to. You make an original song about a creature that's killing you, and you star in the movie. See, Puff Daddy didn't even star in the movie. He showed up at the end to kill Godzilla. Everyone remembers that with the rocket launcher. No. I would watch that movie, but
Honestly,
Yeah,
he would have
Deep Blue
been
Sea.
better than Matthew Broderick.
how did Godzilla even die in that movie? I guess he did just get shot with a bunch of missiles. It's like, oh, well, I guess that makes sense. They just blew the fuck out of Godzilla.
And then they killed all Godzilla's babies in
Oh yeah,
Madison Square
aka
Garden.
aka the Velociraptors, where they use the same CGI technology from Jurassic Park, and what if we just made them look weirder and more lizardy? It's like Roland Emmerich is like, yeah, yes, do that, because he's just coming off Independence Day. He's like, I'm going to make the Godzilla movie.
Dude, there's probably so much cocaine involved in the making of Godzilla.
That's what
1998
Yeah,
or whatever it came out.
Exactly. No, it was 1998. That's what the cover should be. It's like, yeah, Godzilla. It's like, what is he doing? in the movie he's like getting like the nest together. It's even though it's like, is he or is she? And they're like, oh, he's like asexual. And I'm like, but what if he was just stealing all the cocaine in New York City? Like, we finally found him. He's on the top of the Empire State Building just snorting a fat line. And thus Kashmir comes in. And everyone's like, this is horrifying. But goddamn it, it's kind of cool. And then he gets stepped on.
Dude, I mean, just the production meetings.
That movie's so weird because like half the people in the movie are Simpsons people. Remember, like,
well, yeah, like at least 3 people that
there's
show
4.
up in the movie.
There's 4, and one of them's like a main character. You know, god damn it, Harry.
Hank Azaria.
Hank, not Harry. No,
Harry Shearer is
Harry
in the
Shearer
movie.
is in the movie, but like in a random scene. And then even like the lady,
as the chick's boss, and then Nancy Cartwright has a
Yeah,
scene
she's,
where
like, in the
she's
same
like
scene.
watching the Godzilla go by the
and
window.
Dan
or something.
Castellaneta, he shows up at one point. He's just kind of like, oh, it's a big fucking lizard. You know, he's like selling a newspaper or some shit.
Huh. I don't know if I saw Castellaneta.
No, he's in there. And it's like
I'm
such
sure he is.
It's
There's
such a but like
3
what
of
a
them in
weird
it.
thing. What a weird thing to get in that movie.
I mean, it's.
I guess they were just there,
kind of
and they're
a
like,
thing,
we
right?
like Godzilla.
I mean, it was a big movie. Like
It was.
It was a horrible movie.
Dude,
but
the marketing campaign for Godzilla in
everybody saw
1998
fucking
was
Godzilla.
amazing because all it did is show the foot. You know, you didn't even know what Godzilla looked like until you saw the movie, and then it's like, wow, this movie's garbage. I wish I only saw his foot.
Dude, the drive to the theater to go see Godzilla, like with the friends, like all of us, we were all high on sugar.
I was about to say, I'm like, oh, what? We were like 7, 8 years old.
Yeah, like we're fucking.
We got some Slurpees at 7-Eleven.
You don't know how old we were. But yeah, we were. Just,
I don't know how old you were, but I know how old you were.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
So we were high on pixie sticks. We're snorting them. And, well, I mean, we're just saying, the ride over, we're like fucking jazzed up. I'm pretty sure we were listening to Queen. My uncle was driving us.
This sounds like a story that could take a different turn. It's like my uncle was driving us.
And he took
We're
us
listening
to see
to Queen.
Godzilla. We were listening to
Then we
Queen.
saw Godzilla. It's like, but luckily we didn't get in the van with the other uncle who raped everybody.
He had like all of the.
His name was Godzilla. That's what we
He had
called
like
him.
all of the best of Queen CDs. No, what was cool is like.
Oh no, it was like that silver CD. It was like the penultimate
Yeah, no,
thing.
it was 3. It was 3 of them.
There was. I had that same thing.
And they were all different colors. One was like blue. One was like
Yeah.
red. And they all had
Yeah.
like different. Yeah.
Just like
different
Freddie
things.
would have liked,
It's what Freddie would have wanted.
I guess.
Probably came out when he was alive. Dumbass. Nah.
I don't think it did. No, yeah, no, dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're
I'm-
Queen.
Oh my god.
You're not Freddie Mercury.
He just takes shit like it's so personal. on
You always
this
think I
pod.
take things so personally.
I'm just fucking around. You need to relax.
David over here is always thinking I'm so offended.
You need to relax.
When David's
start
the
like
offended one.
You just went on a tirade. Like, he said like 5 different
That
things.
tirade. I said,
He like started hurling insults
said
at me. Like,
5 different things. What was the insult?
I didn't even pay attention to it. I just
Exactly.
drowned it out.
What 5 things did I say? So there was.
knows?
Yeah. Here are
It
the
doesn't
5.
matter.
Here are the 5 greatest Freddie Mercurys of all time.
It really doesn't matter.
Freddie, and Dylon.
But so, I mean, yeah, we probably wasted half of this fucking episode.
So you
talking
guys are
about-
probably like reenacting Wayne's World
Goddamn.
on the way to Godzilla in 1998. What a great story.
So they definitely paid for licensing for that song in Wayne's World, if we're talking about it.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they almost couldn't get it, and they were about to use a Led Zeppelin song. And then Freddie Mercury actually did see that scene. He died like around the time the movie came out, and he was like, yes, they are allowed to use this.
They have my blessing.
Yes.
Michael's probably just making that up. It's
I'm
probably
not making it
like,
up. Look it up.
It's probably like an urban legend.
Look it up right now.
Freddie Mercury.
You know what? Call Mike Myers.
All right, you need to take the reins for the show if I'm
Okay.
looking shit up.
So call Mike Myers.
I can't carry us and be doing
You
research
never carry
at the same
anything.
time.
You carry nothing.
I
You're
carry-
disabled.
I have this whole show on my back every week.
Yeah, you don't.
Michael.
You're like an ox walking up the hill, building all that crazy
Yeah,
shit
they
in
call me
Nepal.
David the Ox. That's what my name is.
DJ David Ox. That'd be pretty cool.
DJ Ox.
Yeah.
DJ Oxen.
Yeah.
Multiple ox. Oxes.
Yeah, I would watch. Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I'm
2
intrigued.
oxes.
2 oxes. It's like they. Yeah, I'm more like DJ, like shitty donkey walking up. No, I'm fairly certain that happened. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
So here's the article from spin.com.
Oh, they don't spin nothing.
The most trustworthy.
Trustworthy.
The most
Yeah, it's like, so what are we going to do? They're so trustworthy.
what the trustworthy source.
See, we don't want to get copyright from them.
Oh, God. They're going to sue us.
Wascoey. Copyright infringement.
Queen guitarist Brian May revealed the tidbit
Ooh.
during the premiere of Wayne's World Reunited Apart, Party Time. Wow, that's a long title. Many of the cast members, including Mike Myers, Alice Cooper, Dana Carvey, and Aerosmith Steven Tyler, who was in Wayne's World 2, participated in the event. May said that Mercury saw the timeless car headbanging sequence featuring Bohemian Rhapsody.
I told you.
Shortly before his November 1991 death.
I told you.
And loved it.
I told you.
His revelation surprised the cast, who were unaware of Mercury's blessing.
So they were just going to do it anyway. Yeah.
How did... Well, no. What we need to verify, your part of the story, is where you said they weren't going to get the rights to it.
Well, because I think they filmed it with 2 different songs.
Let's see what the
let's see
article
what
says.
Spin says. What is the Spinster going to say? Huh?
All right, relax, you fucking clown.
Oh, God
I got
forbid.
a gun.
Just give me... God damn it. Anytime I say anything.
Anytime you get a little too
excited.
a little too comfortable here. You're gonna fucking
Get a little rambunctious over here.
I'm gonna remind you
Of the gun.
I'm gonna remind you
It's always pointed at me.
of what's gonna happen.
Sometimes I'm trying to
If
find
you
a
don't
little
stay
joy.
in line. I swear to fucking God. All
It's
right, let me
loaded.
finish. Let me fact check your bitch ass. All right.
Fact me.
What? Get out of here. Let me
Said
continue.
fact check me.
Myers gave a VHS tape to May, who recalled, I took it round to Freddie not long before he went and showed it to him. He loved it. He laughed and laughed. He was very weak, but he smiled and laughed. Oh my God.
He was like on his deathbed, I'm telling you.
Brian, Jesus. He was very weak. He had to throw that in there. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Because he was dying. He literally died like 2 weeks later.
Thank you, Michael, for the spoiler alert.
Wait, Freddie Mercury's dead! Someone turns the podcast off. Runs outside.
They crashed
and
their
cries.
car. Additionally, May said that Queen wasn't big in the U.S. Sorry. Additionally, May said that Queen wasn't big in the U.S. at that point in their career.
True.
And that Mercury had joked that he'd have to die for the band to see a resurgence.
Funny guy.
That
was Brit. That English humor.
Freddie Mercury's a funny guy. Where is he today? Before he died, though, Mercury saw how
Malik.
Before he died, though, Mercury saw how the use of the song would ignite a comeback for Queen in the United States. He saw.
Yeah, I don't know if that happened.
Saw the writing on the wall.
See, the thing is, like, now they're doing conjecture and stuff. I think he actually just saw the scene and enjoyed it.
Spinning it. Is
yeah,
that what
yeah. Spinning it. It's like, and thus, Queen became more famous.
And this laid the seeds.
Yeah, I'm
the
like,
foundation
well, apparently
of what Wayne's World built that day. The bodies they buried. All right. I didn't know that. My little Toronto head can't handle that, but that's fantastic. And Emotional Myers responded.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's like, I was just making stupid Austin Powers movies.
You did it, said May to the film's cast and makers.
Wow.
You got us back to the new American public.
Good God.
And Freddie was very aware of that.
So that shitty Saturday Night Live movie, Wayne's World,
He
Queen shows up as like, thank you for making us truly Queen. No one knew who we were until you did that headbanging scene. And thus, 30 years later, we are legends.
He went to the next place, knowing what had happened. Okay, Brian. He went to Cool. Yeah, Freddie's up there in Cool.
Oh, yeah.
He knows.
I hope he is.
Of course he is. Where else would
mean,
Freddie Mercury
Well, I
be?
mean, you know, we've established Cool before, but, like, we still haven't established that, like, you know, those weird gay laws that come with your religion. We don't make it. We just enforce them.
I feel like we can adapt.
We can
We can
Freddie
evolve.
Mercury. Yeah, I guess Freddie Mercury is probably cool. If
What do you
I
mean,
was
probably?
God, I would let him in there.
Dude, that falsetto, man, alone would just make angels cry.
I like to think he is like the only angel. And anytime you get to Cool,
And Freddie's like, it's Freddie the
Freddie the
Saint
Angel.
Freddie.
It's not even his real name because he was like from like Pakistan or some shit.
Oh, he had that thick mustache.
Oh yeah, he did. Ooh, it was thick.
Thick.
Before
Yeah,
thick was
thick
cool.
'em.
Well, see, I wonder. See, now you have to look up because I think they thought they were not going to get the rights to that song, and that was the only one they wanted to use. But in case they didn't get it, there was like some other song in the works, in the weeds, and I think it was a Led Zeppelin song.
This article does not confirm your.
So Spin does not spin.
It's just that he showed Freddie the scene and Freddie liked it.
Well, see, that was my first part, so I'm half right at this point, and now make me full right.
What?
I'm a right winger.
David Snopes can only rate this half true.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Ambiguous origins.
I don't know. You haven't looked up from Spin. Yeah.
Our only source is Spin.
That's a good band.
No, Freddie didn't.
Our only
Because
source
what
is
you
Spin.
said was Freddie gave it his blessing, so that allowed them to use that. And
I think-
what that said there was he just came, showed it to him. He had it on a tape.
Oh, so okay, maybe Brian May gave the. I think Freddie laughing.
The movie
at
was
it
already made, and he showed him a fucking VHS tape.
before it came out.
Is that what he said?
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they were
I
allowed
don't think
to
the article said
because
that
somebody
it was,
still had to approve the rights of them using that song. Okay, so Spin left out some of the details that I know for a fact.
Yeah, apparently.
I'd rather trust the magazine Fact, not Spin. Maybe Time magazine. Okay, maybe he didn't give the blessing, but he that was the blessing.
When
Like,
Wayne's World
you're
came out.
dying of AIDS, but if you laugh at this, it'll make us feel better about making millions of dollars off the song he wrote. Oh, that was funny, gents. Thanks, we got it. Freddie Mercury probably didn't even see it. Oh, he laughed. He had to even hold his stomach. It was the first time he sat up for days.
Okay, so yeah, it was November. It was released February '92, and
was
Mercury
dead.
died. Yes, thank you, Mike.
I know
He
everything
died
about Freddie Mercury.
in November '91.
Yeah,
So he saw the scene in November '91.
that's what I'm saying.
So 3 months before the movie came out, and he gave it his blessing. It didn't sound like he.
Okay, maybe he was not
Allowed them to
financially
use-
the one controlling whether they could allow the
That's what
song.
I'm saying.
But hey, that's like
That's what I'm saying.
that's like
man.
some nitpicking. That's some nitpicking if I've ever heard some. And let me tell you, Freddie Mercury, he didn't like nitpicking. He liked just going for it.
He liked picking his nose.
Yeah, he might have. He had a
Big ass
nose.
nose.
Sorry.
Dude, if I had that fucking
Rest
nose,
in
I
power,
would
Freddie.
pick the shit out of it.
Well, I would have
man.
grown that mustache too. Just like try to cover up at least part of the nose. Sorry, Freddie.
You know what a big nose means, according to science.
Big AIDS.
Ow,
Ow. David has a really big nose, and
dude,
he's
that
really offended.
joke hit me right in the.
Right in the AIDS.
Good one. Good follow up.
Oh God, good follow up. At least I have something to follow. I can't hear my. Oh, now I can. What the fuck just happened?
Sounded like your mic went out. For me.
No, it went out for a second. Now I sound way too loud. What the fuck?
No, you don't.
I do in my headphones. That was weird.
You sound perfect.
That's better effect. I definitely sound like 3 times as loud now in my headphones. But anyway, Freddie Mercury. Obviously now I can't use it.
All right.
It's fine. As long as I can hear myself. Lone at 7 in this part of town.
What's our pitch this week?
So, like, it's going to be Wayne's World, but instead of using that, it's going to be using a different song.
How
That's
about-
our pitch.
What if Wayne's World 3 comes out and
Yeah.
it's like they resurrect
Triple
Freddie,
W.
They resurrect Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, WWW.
But because they have the ability now with the holograms and God knows what else to resurrect people. They brought back Harold Ramis in the new Ghostbuster spoiler
Do
alert.
they? Oh, I was about to say. I was like, do they?
It's a ghost. Ghost Ramis.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't want to see
Egon.
that.
Ghost Egon.
I don't want to see Ghost Egon. He was fighting Ghost.
Well, he
I wanna see him
dies.
come. Yeah, I know he's
Apparently.
dead. So
Well,
apparently when we die,
Egon dies in the canon of the
I know.
new movie.
But I'm saying that's really depressing. That I'm like, so
I know it is. You don't have to tell me.
So in Ghostbusters, that's terrible. So if the people that
I'm
know
just
about the
saying,
ghost,
as an example to get to Freddie Mercury being resurrected.
no,
in
I'm taking
Wayne's World
I'm
3.
taking a little bit diversion. So apparently in the Ghostbusters canon, if you die, you just become a ghost that people have to fight and put into a box and send you back to wherever the fuck you're supposed to go.
I don't even understand there's no logic to it.
Yeah,
It's
so
like,
they catch ghosts and they put them in the thing.
Like, what's with Slimer? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, who was that? It'd probably be me. I'd probably be Slimer. Come back, just a big old fat dude.
What is it? It's like an alien. Like, what is
Exactly.
that?
What the fuck is Slimer?
It's not a person.
Yeah, like I can understand the Pillsbury Doughboy thing because they were just stupid and they wished it to life.
The
But
Stay Puft
Slimer?
Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, Stay. What did I say?
The Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh, close enough. Stay Puft Marshmallow. You know what? I want to see. You know how they have Kong
Dude,
versus.
what's up with the whole thing where you poke the Pillsbury Doughboy? Remember that whole marketing thing?
And then they cook him.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be like on the tray going in the oven just like, yay! And like really happy. It's like, well, this is...
Woohoo! And he was wearing a chef's hat and they just like, got the roly
Yeah,
pig.
they would poke him in the stomach and he would always laugh. Like, it was so weird.
And he was probably just crying inside, My whole family was killed in the Holocaust.
They never set me free.
It's like literally every single piece of dough is me. So he's always being killed and murdered slowly, It's like
Well,
one of
they
those
just keep
like
using it.
mushrooms that like are last like miles, It's like it's all part. Anytime you pick part of the mushroom, it's part of the Pillsbury. So I would actually watch that. Like say, here's a pitch.
They like use them as pre-ferment for every batch of dough. So they just grab them and throw them in and mix and make them into a dough, and then they just cut out a piece for their new pre for next week. And so the Pillsbury Doughboy, it's like that ship of Theseus thing. Where it's like, is he the same one? There are pieces of him still there,
Exactly.
but over time, the original Pillsbury Doughboy is gone, and he's just being remade every night in this horrific, ungodly creation of some black magic that Dr. Pillsbury has summoned upon the world.
Dark Pillsbury. Yeah,
He's
it would
a
be funny.
mad scientist, Dr. Pillsbury.
Yeah, Pillsbury, the doughboy, he comes back to life one day and some sexy ass woman goes like, "Don't you remember me? Don't you remember me?" He's like, "Oh."
It's actually the soul of his competitor in the bakery business. He killed him and cursed his soul into the body of a piece
And
of
then he
dough.
made money off it. He made money off of it.
He put his soul into a piece of dough.
Well, first he stabbed him to death, and he threw him into an oven.
Well, yeah.
And luckily there was like a witch there. That's how things work. It's like whatever you do, do not mess with the spell. And he throws a guy in there in the oven. It's like, no, I was trying to create a stew or a potion.
This is getting convoluted.
Oh, it's getting convoluted. But see, here's what's not convoluted. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man versus Pillsbury Doughboy. Kong versus Godzilla 2. They're still in it.
I mean, I would watch it.
Yeah, you would. You fucking would. HBO Max.
I feel like Pillsbury Doughboy is pretty small next to Stay Puft.
Well, see, this is a new
Unless
movie.
we would just equalize their size.
I mean,
for
if
the
you just
sake
keep
of-
feeding dough into him.
sake of a fight. Could you see like that UFC card? Like you have like Pillsbury Doughboy on the side and then Stay Puft on the other, and it's showing like their reach, like height, weight.
They're both just smiling.
Well, no, they're not.
With their
but
chef's hat on.
They're not smiling. They both just have like this straight like mean mug.
They have like tattoos.
well, yeah, they're like all cut, fucking abs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
Someone's like, "Hey, can you bake me to be fucking ripped to shreds?"
There's somebody like photo. I'm pretty sure I've seen a Photoshop of like a fucking ripped Pillsbury Doughboy.
Yeah,
before.
bake some muscles into me.
Just he's got like fucking abs. Yeah, just rippling abs.
But he's still no. It's like no, he has like the fat stomach, but just like he's like crispy.
Or just like that fat abs where you have like
Yeah,
his
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
is
Oh,
over,
yeah,
the
yeah,
abs
yeah,
are on
yeah.
top. Like that.
Yeah, you're like an
weird look.
offensive lineman. You're strong. You can fight, but still a little chunky.
Well, exactly. It's
Chunky
like,
boy.
yeah, just like an Aaron Donald.
Exactly. He's a bad example. He's not that chunky. But
Oh, I'm not saying he is. I'm saying he's got
Aaron the Pillsbury Doughboy
Donald's
Donald.
huge. No, the motherfucker's huge.
Yeah, he's like 6'7".
but
he's
he's still super lean
Oh yeah.
for how big he is, and that's what I'm saying.
Oh, dude,
like,
Aaron Donald will kill you.
the Pillsbury Doughboy, man, he's just like all muscle under there, dude. He's just gotta fucking lean out.
Yeah, when you think about it, like honestly,
Who's your money on? You got between Stay Puft and Pillsbury.
if
If they're both cut up, you know, and like fucking Chris Hemsworth.
so if Chris and Liam Hemsworth play the
If
respective
Chris Hemsworth
people.
trained both of them.
No, what if he is both of them? You know, hey, special effects. Because
All
we
right.
have Fat Thor, regular Thor. He knows how to play both.
All right, this is kind of a stupid premise.
No, it's not.
Just
This is
got
the
off
greatest premise
topic.
ever. No, you shut up. You don't know what's stupid and what's not stupid.
Dude,
You're the
Pillsbury Doughboy.
Pillsbury
I think
Doughboy
we've
would
given
win.
enough time.
Pillsbury
All
Doughboy would win.
Who else would be on the card?
No, because like Pillsbury Doughboy would have to win because he would be the underdog. Because
I just think
against the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, the boy versus the man. No one expects. You know who else would be on
You know,
there?
I just think-
You know who else would be on there? Aunt Jemima? I don't know. Like some.
I think Pillsbury Doughboy's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is just better than Stay Puft. Stay Puft's just, if he gets Stay Puft on the ground and in the clinch, like it's over.
So wait, so
Like
are they
he's-
just like human height? Like are they just like 5'8"?
They're in the octagon, aren't they? All right.
I thought they were in the octagon of New York City. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like they're giant.
No, they're the
No.
fucking octagon.
Oh, so it's gonna be like that movie. It's like Warrior.
Just leg checks, you know.
it's
Dude,
gonna be like Tom Hardy is gonna play.
no, Stay Puft's boxing is intense. So it's like that's why Pillsbury's got to get him down.
You gotta cut me, Bill.
He's got to get a takedown early on.
Or he gets
Get
too
him locked
tired.
up.
He gets too fat.
Just trying, yeah. Well, that's what Stay Puft.
He gets too
Stay Puft's
baked.
wrestling's trash.
I'd watch this fight, Joe Rogan, right there, like calling it.
Oh, he's got to the ground and pound. Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh my god!" Just like all the marshmallow, like everything just flies over their face. I'd watch it. You know what? I'd be okay with that.
Would you say Aunt Jemima? Why would she be on?
Well, because I was trying to think of a bakery-related person, and maybe she shows
Mrs. Butterworth versus Aunt Jemima.
Yes, I'd watch that shit.
I mean, the female card, we got to have,
Yeah. Oh, dude, that would probably be
championship bout.
That'd be
5
really
rounds
feisty. Oh man, those women, they'd probably be like, jacked as shit.
for syrup supremacy.
Like little black women just like fighting each other, like beating the fuck out of each other. I'd be like, oof. Starting to get a little Pillsbury Doughboy in my pants.
A log cabin just falls on both of them at the end.
Yeah.
Takes them both out.
Well, then of course, Well, who else is there any more like bakery related people? Because there's like people related with like syrup and soup. But like, what about bakery? Like, there's like Hot Pocket's not a man. That's not a bakery thing.
The Jolly Green Giant.
Is he even a thing anymore? When was the last time you saw him?
That was more of like a health food thing, like a
I know, like I said, that's
vegetarian-
why you can't find that in America anymore. You want some green beans? No.
I
You
don't
want
know,
some peas?
like bakery related mascots. I don't know. I think they had a lock on that. Honestly,
Yeah, it's like once you hit the Pillsbury Doughboy,
yeah, they
there's
had the
nowhere
lock
to
on.
go.
Yeah, they had the lock on the mascot, the bakery mascot.
Like, was the Pillsbury Doughboy related with toaster strudels? Like, I feel like he was.
How about the Keebler Elf
Ooh, cookies.
with Michelin Man?
I think. Well, okay, that's tired.
I didn't say it had to make sense.
Okay. Well, see, I would watch the Keebler fight the Michelin Man. It's like that sounds great. See, I was thinking the Keebler Elf. He's like more like Freddy Krueger. It's like a horror movie. It's in your dreams.
If you could fight any historical figure, living or dead.
Oh, we've already talked about that.
No, we haven't.
It would be the Keebler Elf. No, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's a line from Fight Club.
Yeah. So yeah.
But still answer the question.
You answered the question first.
Why?
It would be Godzilla from 19. I don't know. It would be Godzuki. From
See, I've let Michael can't just take one question seriously, just a rapid fire answer. You can't just you have nothing chambered for that. You've never thought about
historical figure. That's a historical figure.
Who? Godzilla?
Godzuki? No, Godzuki.
No, it's a fictional character.
You said historical figure. Alive
I
or
didn't
dead,
say
or
fictional
fictional.
character. I said alive or dead. Can you
Eh,
fucking answer the question?
Helen Keller, you know.
See, then that's a little easy. You don't want to challenge. Okay, I respect it. Michael's just like, I want to win.
Yeah, I'm like, you told me to pick. Who am I gonna pick? Fucking Teddy Roosevelt? Like, I'm gonna pick like one of those dudes. It's like he didn't even have a name.
Dude,
Like, we
to
just
say
based
you
the Hulk
fought,
off of him.
to say you fought Teddy Roosevelt, I mean, that would be pretty
You would
cool.
not be able to say you fought Teddy Roosevelt because you would be dead.
I would fight Tecumseh.
Yeah, I want to fight King Tut because he was like 14.
He's
want
a
to take
child.
His, I want to take his pyramid. I'll be new King Tut.
I want to fight the last emperor of China
Yeah, exactly.
as a child,
I mean, that's when they die.
preferably. Well, no. He grew up.
I want to fight Napoleon, like when he was in jail.
He just wasn't emperor anymore. What?
Yeah, I want to fight Napoleon when he was like in jail.
In exile?
Yeah.
In
See, no.
Corsica?
See, honestly, I'll fight Napoleon any time or day as long as his army isn't there. As long as I don't have to fight Napoleon and his army,
Yeah.
I'd fight Napoleon. Well, who would you fight?
I don't know. Why would you? Napoleon seems like he would be a tough.
He's a
tough
tiny
nut-
little
tough
he was a
nut
tiny
to
little
crack.
fat bastard. He looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy. I bet you might just
like
hit him in the middle. Like,
Be like a tough nut to crack.
yeah, I don't know.
You're gonna crack Napoleon's nut,
I probably would. He seems like he would like that.
dude. Those
He's
tiny
French.
tiny guys are fast, man.
I don't think Napoleon was fast. I think he was fast with his.
Well, he
with
was
his mouth.
like poisoned, wasn't he? Like I never know.
I don't know.
I can't figure that
Well,
out.
I did kill him. So.
That's probably a myth. There's all this shit that's out there that's just like, oh, that's actually not true.
You know who I'd fight? Thomas Jefferson. I want to see how he can fight. He
Yeah,
can
I
fight
would
with his words.
I'd fight Thomas and be like, dude, why'd you keep the slaves?
Yeah, dude. Like, what if we like?
It ruins your credibility.
Yeah, you married one and had kids, so you just couldn't tell anybody. Like all
I love
those.
this. All dude, it's such a complicated. And then there's all the Robert E. Lee. So I'd fight him too. Be like, you just kept the slaves, motherfucker.
I wouldn't fight Robert E. Lee. He was like old. Well, see, it depends. It's like young Robert E. Lee, but when the country was still together.
I like how you think about Robert E. Lee. He's old. It's like, dude, he
dead.
lived a life. It's like,
Well, what are you gonna do? Fight Civil War era Robert E. Lee because he's old, or you can fight him as a young buck.
I would fight Sherman because he just seems like a crazy
See, the
bastard.
thing is, I would not fight Sherman. See, if you want to fight,
Oh,
if you
that's
wanna
what I'm
fight
saying.
Sherman,
I'm gonna scrap. I want to scrap,
it's gonna
bro.
burn your home down.
Well, yeah. You better not take it personally if I beat his ass.
Yeah, no, he will. He'll burn.
Did you know his middle name was Tecumseh? So when I said I wanted to fight Tecumseh, that's who I meant.
I don't think it is. I don't believe you.
It is.
No, I believe you, but I don't believe you that that's why you said it.
Oh, what? Like, why not?
Oh, I think you
Why
just say things.
You don't think that I can't plan out like a joke
No, I don't.
and like have foresight?
You know who I want to fight? You. Get the ring out.
I have a gun.
Oh no! So is this like a boxing fight? So we haven't even said if it's like a fight with muskets or like with swords and rapiers.
Well, no, a fight with me I would just shoot you. But if you're, I'm talking about fighting a historical.
It's like a Fight
fist
Club fight. Yeah.
A Fight Club fight. Yeah, there are no. There. The first rule of Fight Club is
Well, we know that one.
no shirts, no shoes.
No, that's the second one.
No, that's the third one.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's the third one. Point is, you know what? I want to fight whoever. You know the giraffe that was what was that fucking place? You know what I'm talking about?
Toys R Us, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I want to fight Jeffrey.
He's not a.
You don't know if
not
Jeffrey
getting.
was real?
You're not getting the concept.
I
behind
have.
it.
I said I wanted to fight Thomas Jefferson. He's not real. He's made up.
He comes on Christmas to deliver freedom.
Yeah. He gives you a Declaration of Freedom.
He
For some of
fucking
you.
hated those damn Federalists.
Those bastards.
Goddamn Hamilton. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fuck Hamilton, by the way.
Everyone loves Hamilton.
Stupid musical.
Everyone's on Hamilton dick.
I was
It's
like,
just
but
like,
what
yo,
about... Yeah.
what do you know about Hamilton?
You know what? Now we're in there. I would totally fight the whole Continental Congress. You know, show up as long.
True. Yeah.
Might as well.
Facts.
Maybe not. I would not fight Benjamin Franklin. That seemed. See,
Why
Benjamin Franklin,
not?
he would be feisty. See,
I would fight Benjamin. He'd probably stab your ass.
that's what I'm
or
saying.
some
You think
shit.
Napoleon would be feisty? I think Napoleon, like, he was like, oh, I don't have Aussie's tanks
Right.
and armor. Tanks. He didn't have tanks, but Aussie's cannons. But Benjamin Franklin would be like, hey, look, I want to make the state bird or the federal bird a turkey, and then he would just stab you in the chest.
I'm not
Kill
gonna
your
say
family.
something obvious. Like, I would fight Stalin. Like, I mean, of course.
I wouldn't fight Stalin. That dude, he was like probably literally like a Terminator.
Well, yeah,
made
I
of
mean,
iron.
we're gonna get our asses kicked if we pick anybody of like moderate notoriety.
Well, obviously, like, anyone want to beat up like Hitler. And
Well, exactly.
Goebbels.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
like,
that's not fun.
easy.
Yeah, that's not
easy
fun.
picks. Like that's why in Fight Club it's
So
funny.
we're pussies.
That's why in Fight Club it's funny when he says Gandhi, because
it's
it's
Gandhi.
a joke and
I
he's
think
starving.
Gandhi. He probably do some kung fu.
Guy says Abraham. I think Brad Pitt says Abraham Lincoln. Right.
Abraham Lincoln might have been a little feisty.
Big arms, big reach.
Exactly. Big hat.
I might fight Alexander the Great. Maybe Hephaestion.
I don't know about Alexander the Great because he probably was great at fighting.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he was.
He would kill you.
He's probably really well trained.
Fight Achilles. Brad Pitt's Achilles.
Oh, fight Achilles. Yeah, no shit, man. Like that would be cool. I'm saying it would be fun to see what like.
How epically we can get killed.
Yeah, why not? If like there were no consequences.
And no one will remember your name.
Yeah,
That's what happened to us.
and that's why no one will remember your name.
Yeah, that's why we died. It's like because I used time travel to come back and fight you. It was for a joke. As he stabs you, he's like, he was wearing some weird clothes.
No, we'll be like those operators in the new Matrix movie where we just hologram in.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Like, hello.
All right, we're not gonna bring that up.
Yeah, don't. It's terrible. Hey, you ever want to like make?
No,
a
we
movie
talked
about
about the garbage already. We just don't need to rehash.
Oh, we can always rehash.
We don't
If
need
it's-
to
if it's-
rehash.
We didn't we never brought up the point though. If you name your movie something Resurrections, it will not be good.
Yeah. Well, if you have resurrection in the name, because they have resurrections plural versus like alien resurrection.
I don't care if it's Resurrection. If you add an S on the name, I don't care.
What's so stupid about Alien Resurrection is like the cast is fucking stacked, but it's just horribly written.
Some French guy is like, what if we just like didn't give a fuck?
It was Joss Whedon. He wrote that.
He wrote it, but he didn't direct it. Fuck Joss. Thanks, Joss.
Dude, the movie, the direction isn't. It's the writing is the worst
what
thing
Jo-
about it.
Yeah, remember what Joss said?
If
was
he
like,
had a good
if everyone
script,
said my dialogue the way I wrote it, it's like, but it was your dialogue. It's like, how many ways can you say like, oh my god, it's an alien?
and two, that doesn't fix the core problems of the story. Is not your dialogue, dumb shit.
It was pretty bad. But then there's Halloween Resurrection.
I mean, the dialogue's bad, but
The movie's bad. The whole thing.
the plot points, like the whole like human alien hybrid, like what in the world are they even thinking?
I mean, where else could they have gone at that point?
What are they thinking?
Yeah,
No, it's just one of those things. It's like a contrived thing to get them back. Okay, what do you think about this? There's always been the criticism of the Matrix for the battery thing, like the humans are batteries.
I don't think that's a criticism.
What do you mean?
No, it is. I was like, I think that's fine.
Oh, I agree, but I'm saying like, what do you? So like what? Because like in my mind, I've always just been like, well, they're fucking super smart robots. Like they figured out how to make it work.
Yeah, they're like, why build shit when we have all these like billions of batteries lying around?
Yeah.
You can just burn them. It takes like infrastructure, and like you got to get rid of the bodies. I'm sure you could just incinerate them with all.
I'm sure all
future
this stuff that they
lasers.
do. But I
Yeah,
think
this seems a little complicated to keep their brains working. Make them happy to make more power. But hey, I can buy it.
all right, like it's
I'm buying what you're selling.
so
Machines.
the premise is so like that's just a jump off point, right? Like that's just to get us to the whole
Exactly.
simulation
Yeah.
thing.
The movie is not about
and the
batteries.
whole thing about reawakening and like epiphany and like
It's a movie.
uncovering like and all the subtext about like just self discovery and all of that. Like that's window dressing, really. Like in the end. But I think it's really funny when people really try to argue that point hard that like the whole battery thing is stupid because it's honestly in my mind not that dumb because it's a fucking sci-fi movie and you can come up with like an infinite number of explanations for your own headcanon to make it work.
As long as like the movie in itself, and I feel like we've talked about this in many iterations of things we've talked about. As long as, like, what they always say, the suspension of disbelief is like, as long as you don't make it too stupid, and like, yes, here's this world. It's like 28 days later. It's like, all right, I can buy.
Well, it's like, yeah,
this
it's
is happening. Just like
people
just buy
scoffing.
It.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, the machines using humans as batteries. Like, it's just like, dude, it's like it's
There's people dodging bullets in a computer.
Yeah.
I'm like, but the batteries.
Yeah, like,
It's like they turned us into AA.
they're like, oh, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, dude, it does. Like, you can make it make sense.
I'd rather watch Godzilla.
You can make it make sense
Godzilla.
if you want. Like, do the teleporters in fucking Star Trek make sense?
But you know what would make sense if this, if
You
that
know-
history in the Matrix actually happened, the robots would have just killed us all.
Do the matter replicators make sense?
Yeah.
None of it is all based on random theoretical, like, what ifs that aren't necessarily based in reality. A lot of it does come down to sort of magic in a way,
Yeah, we're just transporting literally like flesh and sinew thousands of miles into a spaceship who are also orbiting things because it's Star Trek. It's fine.
So, like,
I think only once, and it was in the original Star Trek, the motion picture, when like these people can't make it through the teleporter and like they come back as like just like meat bags. I would have wanted more of that. But then it turns out people didn't want more of that. They wanted more of God. So guess what? We're fine.
well, so, if they're super smart robots, why don't they just
They won the war.
Why don't they just invent, like, use fission or fusion, like nuclear
Well, we
power?
did fuck the robots over by blacking out the sun.
Well, that's solar power.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, that's not fission or fusion.
I know, but like I assume we blew up a bunch of shit.
Well, so my theory is, my own headcanon, because, like, it's like, if you're going to, like, think about this that deeply, which, if you bother to take like 10 seconds of your own brain power to use it,
I don't have that.
you can figure it out. So it stands to reason that obviously the humans are in desperation mode to stop the machines. You see it in the Animatrix,
Yeah,
like
which was great.
with the explanation of, like, what happens.
So they did explain it.
They
kinda.
explain the block out the sun thing is explicitly stated, but obviously humans are desperate, and this is also like, like 100 years in the future or so. Like, they say it is closer to, like, what, 2199,
But
like
still, yeah.
2200. It's like, this is
Yeah, they have no idea what the fuck.
it's a long way off.
Yeah.
So in the future, like, who knows where Earth's number one, just like, who knows where Earth's fissile resources are going to be at that
We could be
point.
flying into the sun any moment.
Well, where's Earth's fissile resources at that point? Perhaps in the fight against the machines, humans literally mined all of the uranium,
Yeah.
all of anything that can be used for those, for fission, to start those processes.
I would imagine they
and
did.
the robots were being starved of energy, and they had to devise quickly a way to power their shit, and they managed to crack some sort of equation, because they're fucking robots, they're super
Yeah.
smart robots, to get human bodies to produce energy for them. And
From their capital 01, which is straight in Africa, which is pretty funny.
Mesopotamia, cradle of
Yeah.
motherfucking civilization.
Yeah, basically.
And
It'd be cool if all the robots sounded like him.
I think in my own headcanon, it's like, that makes sense. Like, it's like, obviously we would have mined the shit out of all of the stuff to fight them with, like, nukes. We probably would have tried nuking them. They probably have an answer to that.
Well, I think what the Animatrix says, like, we tried nuking them.
Yeah.
And they just started going underground. And
Well,
they're like, well,
they have
shit.
answers to all of our.
Yeah, because they're robots.
They can outsmart us. They're smarter than us.
Yeah, and then we have our stupid flesh bodies.
So this is my whole point. It's just like, why do you go into it thinking that, oh, I'm smarter than the fucking super intelligent robots, and, like, I understand all of the context of what's going on in this futuristic world. Hell, maybe in this fucking world, like, fusion's not even possible,
Yeah.
except the sun exists. But still, maybe it's just
Well,
impossible.
Not anymore.
Maybe it's impossible to crack fusion. Like, we don't even know. Like, I think we know.
Well, I think
we've
what
tried.
what the point is, it's like, yeah, it's
It's
called
theoretically
it's
possible,
suspension
but
of disbelief. We're talking about a movie or some shit like that.
exactly. Some
And
dumb
the fact
shit.
that, like, when it
some
comes to the
dumbass
Matrix,
fucking
yeah, it's stupid as fuck. Like, we're talking, we're being nerd. David's being a super fucking nerd. Like, send all your nerd letters to him. But, like, the point is, like, at least you could talk about it. like when it comes to the Matrix or some other things like Sunshine or some other movies, it's like, okay, here it is. This probably would not be happening. Oh, the sun's not working. Let's just shoot a nuke
That's
into it.
stupid.
The
sun doesn't work. It's like,
it's like right. Okay, well, we just.
It's a premise.
Exactly.
It's just a jumping off point so that we can explore deeper themes about.
And there's some stupid premises like, hey, here's a bunch of ghosts going around, and now one of us fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and we just put them in boxes with these laser beams.
Yeah, but
you can accept that.
Sci-fi has, is pretentious. It's supposed to be a little fun, and sometimes it does.
It's supposed to use weird examples.
It does get a little hand wavy
ideas.
sometimes. It's just hey, don't pay attention to too much how this works. But sometimes the concept in and of itself is cool enough to be like, all right, I'll go along with it. I'll see what you're gonna do with it.
I think the only way people can accept it nowadays is almost what Dune did. When Dune is just like, we're so fucking far in the future, we don't even know where Earth is anymore. They just mentioned it like once. It's like, oh yeah, we all came from Earth. But now we don't even have robots or anything because the robots got uppity.
Well, yeah. I mean, we can obviously just
and then guess what? We can
rehearsing
go through space.
Dune lore.
No, exactly. No, it's like, and we can go through space because we eat drugs.
Michael just wanted to talk about Dune. Apparently,
no, I didn't. I was just bringing up another example.
Switching all over.
Oh, God forbid! You always give me shit anytime I do anything. I hate you. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, it's because you just.
Oh, I just
forcing it. Forcing it.
You're the one just like, this is what I think about the Matrix.
Forcing it like
canon.
Dune. Well, yeah, exactly. Because it's stupid that people fucking insist that point is
What
stupid.
about sandworms?
It's just like, dude, there's plenty of other stupider things in the Matrix than the fucking battery thing. Like, and it's just like people just choose to fixate on that.
For instance, look at anything from any of the movies except for the first one. It's all stupid. The Merovingian.
Well, no, even beyond that, there's still stupid things in the first one, but it's just like people still focus on that. Like,
yeah, people that focus
I don't
on stuff like
understand
that, they're like, I cannot enjoy this action movie, this action sci-fi movie, Like I can understand if it's hard sci-fi, but like, how many movies like that are anymore? There's like 2.
I mean, really, it's like,
every 5 years.
It's like if you're going to fixate on that, it's just like, dude, you're miserable. Like, nothing's going to make you happy.
Just like David. And that's why he had so much to spiel about.
Yeah.
About the Matrix.
Had to masturbate.
Yeah, he did. He literally did. I actually had to walk out of the room. It was disgusting.
Casturbate.
Matrix bait. Yeah, there we go. And I think, that's probably a good ending.
No.
About an hour. You masturbated.
No, we're not going to end there.
What, on the
after the Matrix.
Oh, what do you end on?
I mean, end on. We haven't even talked about the end.
Of what? Our lives?
No, usually we kind of wind things down. I feel like it's not like we just
I think usually go and then we end.
No, I think it's like, so that's it for this week.
Oh,
we'll usually kind of tell people that we're about to say goodbye to them.
And I think that's good. And I go, ha, and then we end. So for once, I turned
Michael,
the tables.
It just needlessly argues about whatever. Like, no matter what I say, Michael just has to be contrarian. And it's a force. Like, you don't need to force it.
I'm like the Merovingian, except I'm the contrarian and the Matrix.
If you disagree, you disagree. But sometimes you're just like I'll be like, like water doesn't have a taste. You'll be like, it fucking tastes like shit.
Dude, it fucking tastes like shit.
I poop in my water.
What the fuck are you talking about? My water tastes like shit.
You're drinking water.
Yeah, I am.
Motherfucker. Michael's going sober this week. Sober Michael.
Yeah.
That's what this episode is going to be called.
Yep, it's called Bud Light Michael.
I'm Bud Light sober.
Sponsored by.
It's like California sober.
Ugh. Yeah, we've talked about that. It's like, yeah, I just do everything.
No, I don't do anything except for drink and smoke weed. It's like, well, you're basically...
Occasional hit of Coke.
A Coca-Cola. Sugar. It's a drug.
Everything's a drug.
Caffeine.
Your mom's a drug.
Fear is a drug.
Fear is the mind.
Pure, uncut fear.
Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, back to Dune. Pure, unrefined fear. Sugar.
No, it's not Dune. It's pure, uncut, like Coke.
I know.
Not spice, dipshit. And everything's fucking spice.
Everything is spice.
Michael's just obsessed with Dune right now. Like, he's
all of a sudden,
any excuse to talk about Dune.
What are you talking about? You bring up Dune more than
I did not
anybody.
bring up Dune.
Yeah, today I brought up Dune. I don't think we talk about Dune Except for like the one time you brought it up and just started jerking off about it, like a few episodes ago.
I don't even know.
You were jerking off about the Matrix for a while when we could have been jerking off about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man versus the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Why do we have to go back to something? Why can't we go into the future? Why can't you evolve as a human being? Why do you have to keep looking to the past?
Yeah, what if the world was baked and we all turned into Pillsbury Doughboys?
I thought we should have explored the Aunt Jemima Mrs. Butterworth's fight a little bit more.
Well, we got more into some other fights.
But
we started thinking about people to fight ourselves.
Well, yeah, that's true. The Michelin Man versus a Keebler Elf would have been a good one.
And it depends on which Keebler Elf, because like I said, there's probably like
Keebler
Freddy
Elf's
Krueger.
like Mayweather. Like he's just calculating everything. Like he's just,
I think the Keebler Elf would be like
what was that?
The Keebler Elf. Oh, I don't want to hear anything from you, Mr. Mumblepants.
Well, exactly. Well, you always do that to
yes,
me.
I do, and it's hilarious. It's fine. So like, I like to think it's like when Doctor Strange like makes himself like into 50 people and he tries to whip Thanos. Because you have like the chocolate Keebler Elf, like with like the vanilla cookies. Then you have the chocolate cookies, like the vanilla filling, and then you have the chocolate on chocolate, and then you have like vanilla. So there's like a multiverse of Keebler Elves.
Do you know the vanilla in case you're a racist?
I already said that.
Really?
Yeah, the vanilla. I mean, how many...
Did you say the racist bit?
I didn't say the racist bit.
Well, shut up.
Oh, you're racist. So I like to think...
Well, they have it for everybody. They got, you said, right? They have it white and white, black and black, white and black. They have every variety.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing else you can do, because unless you have, like, that shitty, like, minty cracker.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the different Keebler Elf.
You're off the rails.
I'm not off the rails. Here, guess
Michael,
what? We're going to whatever your local grocery store is right now. Around here, we have...
Don't talk about
Publix.
grocery stores. That's not a topic of
Do they even
conversation.
actually make the Keebler things anymore? Because they're like the weird, like, dick-shaped cookies, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you would. Oh, you know. They're in your pants right now.
So anyway, that's all for this week.
Oh, so now it's this. Aunt Jemima's coming for you.
Well, I mean, we can wrap it up. I'm just saying, it's the end of this week's episode.
Miss Buttersworth.
We're landing the plane. Thank you for flying Casturbation Airlines. This is your captain speaking.
This is Miss
Just
Buttersworth
like to give
speaking.
you a heartwarm welcome. Welcome. I mean, thank you.
Welcome. It's like as it crashed the plane.
I forgot to introduce myself earlier.
It's like, this is your captain, and we're about to crash into a mountain.
You're welcome.
He's like, my God, you better suck on some of that oxygen.
All right, folks, it's about 5:32 local time.
It's 5:32, Miss Butterworth's time.
55 degrees, sunny.
We're 55 degrees to the left. And we're about to do a 360 loop.
We're going to be parking at Terminal 55A.
Which, of course, is on the side
Concourse C.
of a mountain.
And we do thank you for flying with Casturbation Airlines this week. We just ask that you keep your trays.
Your trays.
Trete.
They call me Trey Tay. It's like you never know when you need to just eat on me.
That's my rap name, Trete.
DJ Trey Tay.
DJ Trete.
It's like, eat me, babe. Just get that table out. It's like, hey, this is Casturbation Airlines, and as you can see on your left, it's Mrs. Buttersworth. And of course, on your right.
Please make sure your tray tables are in their upright and locked positions before you exit the plane.
Is that a thing you do now? Like, yeah, did they not let you leave the plane? It's like, excuse me, sir.
Sir? I mean, it's kind of hard to get out of your fucking seat if you got your tray table down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, who's just like, ugh. It's like those assholes that, like, don't push their chairs in, you know? He's like, I just ate somewhere, did something. I'm just going to leave this chair as far back as possible. I'm going to leave this tray table out. I didn't even eat shit. I took a 1-hour flight. Yeah, it's like right before you go off, you know, you do that asshole thing, you know, you just, like, put all the tray tables down. Start running. Nobody can leave! The captain comes back and just like locks the door. Put those goddamn tray tables up.
Air marshal tackles you.
All the air marshals. God damn it.
And see, you know, I'm just gonna,
U.S. Marshals.
talk about something else because, honestly, like, calling people out for their, like, minor flubs on a podcast is kind of like a dick thing to do.
Oh, I think it's hilarious. Because this is a speaking medium.
It's not hilarious.
Oh, it's hilarious.
When you're just like, oh, it's that funny word weird.
Oh, it's pretty funny.
I have the IQ of 2. That's you.
That's who David. That's who
you are.
David.
That's who you are on the inside.
David just thinks I am. Just like the guy who like puts the tray tables down. And then like when I run out, they like pull the car stairs back, and I just fall.
Yeah.
Like turn around and like do the Richard Nixon piece. I fall backwards because I don't see the stairs because I'm stupid.
Why would you fall backwards?
Because I'm doing the Richard Nixon peace sign as I go backwards, going, haha, no one can leave except for me. But they pulled the car chairs back.
The car chairs. Of course. Yes.
I mean, the car stairs.
The car chairs.
The car chairs would be even better. If they could actually literally just, like, pick you up out of the plane. Like, fucking Pez dispenser.
You know those things that they drive people around in the airport on? Those could be considered car chairs.
Yeah, I know.
Perhaps. I
unfortunately only have a regular car.
Car chairs.
No
is
car
pretty
chair.
Good. So anyway, that's it, folks. Thank you for flying with Casturbation Airlines.
Make sure not to drink the coffee.